All right, good evening, and welcome to Apprehensive Perception, the podcast. We're just going to be doing different type of podcasts and, just getting straight to the point. My name is L, and Elgon Jahi El Bay, or you just call me L. And what we want to do on this particular episode is uh, the intro was with the Nelock, that was the woman speaking. What the subject matter was on that was about uh, the elements that we have connected to us that are causing us to have the perceptions that we have. Now, the purpose of our research is to make several determinations of different things. One is, are you really human, or are you something that appears to be human? But first, we got to determine what is human. Then we have to go and determine how do you fit in that scale. Most of us believe that we're human based on what we've been told in these educational institutions as what a human should be, what a human should look like. But do we really know what that is? When we really analyze the things that's going on in this world today, we find out that there's other beings that exist that look similar to what we are, or they look exactly like us, but it's made up of something different. And made up of something different, again, extends off into some different elements, such as DNA, blood, auras, all these different types of things. But what Nelock was talking about, as far as something being on you to destroy you, is basically this way. We are parasites ourselves as what we call so-called human. As long as you're eating another life form, you're a parasite. Simple as that. Either you're a parasite or you're not. Okay, so that's the first thing. We get into that further at another time. But the fact that you either the plant or you eat flesh, you're a parasite. You need something else in order for you to exist. So with that being in mind, if you consume other life forces in order for you to exist, therefore we have to make the sweeping conclusion that there is something else that also eats you to keep their life force in existence. Now that could be every single aspect of you, from your flesh to your liquids to your glands, whatever. Same thing as we do to other life forces. So that's the first thing we need to understand. And then as we go further into that, we need to start getting into and thinking a little bit deeper about life than what we do now. A lot of people are running around and doing videos on, reptilians and aliens and grays and shapeshifters and all these different things. And first, we must understand that it is many different types of beings that exist. We have to get out of the frame of mind that it is only us who exist. And it's not true. You know it's not true, and if you don't know, then that's why you're listening now. So the first thing you need to do is look around you. The first signs you get off the top is that when you say you don't like someone, you don't like what? You don't like their vibe. You don't like how they felt when they came in the room. The energy was wrong. It was thrown off. It was something about that dude I wasn't feeling. Something about that gal that she just wasn't cool. Well, these are cues to you. But what we tend to do is kind of bat that down and move on. These are cues that you automatically have built into your system. Now, talking about systems, then let's get into systems. Systems, we're talking about physical bodies. Physical body is a system. It's no different from the vehicle that you drive. If you have a car, you getting on a bus, or you call somebody for a ride, an umbrage car or whatever. The point is, it's a tool. It's a tool, and this tool is used in order for you to be mobile on this third dimensional plane. Everything that's in third dimension is a physical thing. It is a created thing, and that means, therefore, it is an artificial creation. Everything on the third dimension is artificial. It is real and it's artificially, right? However you want to say those words. Point is that Although it's real and you can physically feel it and all these other things, it's artificial. Only thing that is truly real is that which has created the first. So the only thing that's really real, if you have a microphone, the only in the components, capacitors and condensers and all these other things, means nothing. But the metal, the wires, the foam, all that has a base and carbon, a base in something that was already here before it came into existence. All that means it was what was actually there was manipulated and turned into another form. All right, so human bodies. I'm gonna wrap this up, and we'll get into it another time. You guys email me, or you send a comment, and we'll comment on it. But let me make this statement this way, and then we'll move on to another topic. I don't want to make it real long. So what we want to say here is that physical bodies are created as tools. These physical bodies can function without you in it. Your physical body can function without you in it. Okay, so now we got to get into who are you, what is the body. It's artificial. It has been created. It is a spacesuit. It is a uniform. It's some gear. It's your car. It's your ride. You understand? You are in the human body, as you call human body, and the structure as you would be in your car driving to the store. You in your car, you're not a part of the car. You're using the car as a tool. All right, and I know people talk about these things, get into these type of discussions all the time. And so what we're going to be doing here on apprehensive perception is we're going to start getting into this type of thing along with several other things. We're going to get into these topics, and we're going to really start taking the topics and breaking them down so that people really understand what's going on. Don't want to do a whole lot of talking about shapeshifters and aliens and all this, because the fact is the matter, you don't even know who you are. So for you to go and start saying that you know and you shapeshifters and all these different type of things, and you don't even know what and who you are. So that's the first thing, we must determine who we are, and then it helps us put ourselves in a place that we understand what something else is. Again, one thing you can say that you are right now is a parasite. Okay, so you're going to look up what parasite means, and you determine if that's you or not. If you eat consume any other being of any sort, whether it's plant or a flesh being, you are a parasite. Okay, you are a predator, you're a parasite. Maybe you don't go out and kill it because someone else kills it for you. You don't go out and pick it because someone else picks it for you. And if you do go out and pick it and kill it yourself, then you know that you are a parasite. You need another life force in order for you to maintain your life force. And that is how it is on the third dimension. Everything on the third dimension are parasites. They're parasites, and they're artificial beings and artificial creations. We need to understand that. Okay, and then we get into now, what does that mean as to be one of those? All right, so apprehensive perception podcast. You have a GoFundMe at GoFundMe. Go ahead and research species determination DMARC. That means we're going to determine where we pick up and where we are as far as being a created being. So this is a mind control elimination workshop. I'm glad that you guys are stopping in. Let's start getting into it, and we're going to go ahead and move on to the next topic. So we'll see you next time.